I'm Scott Al Miller. It is the 31st of December, 2022. It is New Year's Eve. Welcome to my vlog of daily life. Back in Leon, Nicaragua, but today that I'm doing the show, we're actually in Houston. I had to do some jumping around. At this point, all of our recordings done in Texas have been uploaded. Yesterday was the last one, and we are back down. I'm recording in the future. We are back in Nicaragua, and all of the episodes will be coming from there from here on out. But it is New Year's Eve, and it is our final day in Texas today. So this is a little bit interesting that we're deciding to fly out early tomorrow morning. Not early, but like 10 o'clock on the day after New Year's Eve. And Southwest, we're flying Southwest, and they still have the backlog. So if you haven't been following, or you're not aware, or you're watching this in the future and have forgotten, we had a huge blizzard that disrupted dramatically flights and travel in the United States. And following that, Southwest kind of went into a total airline collapse and was unable to get people anywhere, and it was just a mess. They are still working to clear that up. As of this time, they still don't have flights working in a lot of markets, and Hobby, the airport that we are using, is one of the ones that they're using as the example in all of the news everywhere of how bad things are, and they keep showing the lines there and stuff. So we're a little bit worried, but we've been watching all week, and our flight, the specific flight that we have going to Liberia, Costa Rica, has not been canceled yet. It has been delayed, but a maximum of 3 hours. We do not have an onward flight. We are getting picked up by a taxi that is arranged, so they will know when our flight is coming in, and if we are delayed, they will simply come later. So we're not worried about a delay. As long as we get in on the same day, it is not a problem at all. And even if we got delayed by a whole day, it would not be tragic as long as Southwest was able to get us out. However, we do have a certain amount. I now have the Apple Watch. That actually got picked up today, so I'll talk about that in a second. And it just started answering me because it didn't like whatever I was talking about. So we are hopeful that everything is going to go well for us flying tomorrow. It looks like we're going to be okay, but we are under a little bit of risk for the flight, but we should be okay. Our biggest risk is that we are down to the wire for the number of days we have outside of Nicaragua, and we need to get back, not outside, in the United States. See my episodes about foreign earned income exclusions to see how all that, like I've made, it's complicated. I don't need to explain it again. No one wants to hear that another time, but I do have an episode for those who need to know about it. So the big thing that I did today is I ran out this morning and picked up, so I ordered it last night, and I didn't really, I can't pick anything out for myself, so I grabbed my niece Emily and had her look at the Apple Watches, and I've been wanting this for some time, and I was waiting to make the final decision, and every time I say the word, it activates it, which I really dislike. I didn't know that it did that. And she picked out a band and a case and all the stuff for me, and I went out this morning with Dominica. We went shopping. She went and did shopping for some presents for some people in Nicaragua, and I ran to the Apple store and picked up an Apple Watch. Now, I had an Apple Watch, an original, way back. I don't know how many years ago that is, like 10 years ago. I got a Model 1, but it was a hand-me-down. I didn't get it brand new. I basically got it as a hand-me-down so I could test it. I got it from someone in the company, and normally I get the new equipment and get to hand it down. Sometimes it works the other way around, and I really, really liked it. But it was a woman's size in rose gold, so it was only an opportunity for me to test it. It was not really meant to be my watch. So I tried it out for a little while and really liked the functionality and found that I really used it. But it was not a watch that I wanted to use because it was way too small for me. I think it's worth having the dogs in the video here. They are hilarious. There we go. And no matter where I go, they are so happy in this new house. This is what their life is like now. They're always playing, always running around. They chase all the birds. They chase all the squirrels. And they are just the happiest dogs in the whole world. I swear, they only do this, and then they pass out in my office at my feet. That is it. Those are the things they do. And they're both noticeably thinner than they were before. Like they're getting healthy. So I've always had a travel watch or a watch because I travel. In 2019, after having gone a little while without one, I guess always is not a great way to put it. Obviously, I had a gap. I went out in 2019 and got an Amazfit, and I was very happy with that, the Stratus. And I still have it, but it started not working, and it's really old, so I'm not complaining. It has been through a lot of travel. It has been heavily abused. It has no protection on it, and everything is there's barely scratched. Like you can barely see it. It charges well. The battery lasts like 5 days. Originally it was 7. Like, just everything on it is really excellent. I'm very happy with it, but it is really old, is very slow, and at this point it is starting to crash regularly, and it no longer connects to my phone. So it basically has lost all functionality. It's now an awkward timepiece. That doesn't work. So I knew I needed to get something updated, and Apple offers a plan where you can buy stuff there and have no interest payments. There's the bus going by, and no interest payments for like 6 months, and they have the new SE model, and that's what I got, which is a lot cheaper than their main line, than the Model 8. And because I've never had it respond to my voice so much before, so they were about $400, and this is about $250. So it's so much cheaper. It really makes it accessible to get into the Apple Watch as a thing, and that made it make sense for me. The combination of the no interest plus the much lower price and able to just grab it at the Apple Store. So we did that. And I got that this morning and got it all set up, and so far I'm loving it. It is so many generations newer than the one I have. It is a little bit newer than the one Dominica has. I think she has a 6, and I think the 8 is out now. And she just loves hers. She uses it all the time. And a big thing is like heart monitoring and all the fitness stuff that they have added now. That's a really big deal. So those are things I'm looking forward to testing out. Plus, as I'm getting beeped while we do this, there are so many messages and stuff that I'm able to get on that. That's one of the things that the Amazfit that I've had for a long time lacked. It would let me know when certain things were sending me a message, but it couldn't send me the message. It didn't give me any way to respond. There's so many things I couldn't do that it was extremely limited, and it affected me. It really affected the usability of the device for me. This one is, as feature rich as it gets, short of the big health features of the 8. And it has a lot of them. It just doesn't have the really high-end ones like oxygen monitors and stuff. Things I don't need. I'd love to have them, but just because they're cool. So I got this. So that is my big thing for the day. I want to talk about, real quickly, a lot of people have commented that they like my shorter videos. I've also had people comment that they much like my longer videos, and the stats show that my longer videos seem to outperform my shorter ones, but like it's counterintuitive, and I have some questions for y'all. So I'm going to keep this one on the short side because it's New Year's Eve, and because we're kind of behind, but not really. At this point, we're kind of normal for being on top of the videos now that I'm back and everything. So here's a question that I have. I know some of you want it short and some of you want it long, and that's a hard thing to do for everyone. I can't make everyone happy with that. But one of the other things I have, some people have said, well, I really don't like your daily updates. I don't want to know about your daily life. We want to know about your travel stuff, or your travel advice, or whatever. We want to see houses, that kind of stuff. And it's really true. I have basically 2 general types of content. I have my vlog content, and then I have just information that I do every day. And you notice I started saying it like, here's my day, and then here's our topic, right? So here's a question. Would it be better if I simply broke up the 2 things and made them separate, so that I have the ability to have a vlog for those who want to see it, and have my daily, like, here's what's going on with the kids, here's what we did today, blah, 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 and then have a separate, just the topic. And once in a while we've done that in the past, and that's been good at times. That will be more work for me, for sure, but it also makes some things simpler, and it means there's more things to upload, and the more things you upload, the more YouTube likes you. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That could be a nice change potentially. So I want some feedback from you guys, because it would mean, in theory, a flood of videos, much closer to 2 long form videos a day, not including the short form, because I do the shorts. I tried to do that because, wow, is that taking off. We are getting so many. We're above, like, I think we're at 78,000 views every 4 weeks now, a lunar month, which is pretty nice. So we're edging on the 80,000 for the month, which is huge. There's no English language show doing that regularly. You can have a really hot month, but doing that regularly here in Nicaragua just doesn't exist. So that's really cool. We're figuring that out. So I want to know, what should I do to adjust to make you guys as happy as possible? Understand, I can't make everyone happy. Some people are going to want fewer videos, some want more, some want longer, some want shorter. There's just a lot of different things. So work with me, give me some feedback, and tell me what you're looking for. Also topics. I need things to talk about. I know everyone wants to see more of the house, and we will be in the new year, which is tomorrow. So stick with me. We're going to be showing more stuff and more interesting stuff. Now that we're back in Nicaragua, now that we're getting caught up, now that work isn't so crazy, we're getting there, and there's going to be good things for you guys in the near future. Yeah, so this evening, so we spent the whole evening packing, as you would have to get everything ready. Oh, and before we go into the final stuff of the day, just remember to like and subscribe. I always put this at the end, but let's do it a little bit earlier. Get out there, like and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. I'm going to put that link on the screen and down below. That comes right to me and really, really helps out with all the things that we do. And share on social media. Tell your friends about the show. Wait, I got to show this. So we have a leaking wow, my brain just completely shut down. So our watering system is leaking here and has this puddle of fresh water, and the dog is like, oh, this is perfect. I have a place I can come out and get fresh water whenever I want. That's really funny. A sprinkler system, that is what they are called. You heard it here first, folks. That term, I coined it. It's going to catch on. Go search on the internet. I bet you'll find people are already using the term sprinkler. So go out, like and subscribe, do all that stuff. It really, really makes a difference. And when this episode's over, watch another one. That helps a lot too. That is some of the best stuff you can do. Just watch some episodes and like them. So we spent the whole evening packing, as you have to. We have to weigh every piece of luggage. We have all the new luggage. We have all this giant stuff. We are taking 8 full-size suitcases loaded to the hilt. Everything's at just about 50 pounds to get as much back as we possibly can on this flight, because Southwest lets us take a lot of luggage, so it's a big benefit. And we've got a large cargo van that is bringing us back from Costa Rica to the Nicaraguan border. And then Paul has already put a roof rack on the Toyota Corolla so that we can carry the stuff back with us once we're in Nicaragua. We're prepared. Like, this is a thing that we do, and it's tough. I'm gonna get the dog. He's so cute, just sitting out here in the yard. And the other dog is hiding back there. I don't know if you can see her. She is behind the bush. She's ridiculous, the things that these dogs do. And so once all the packing was done, we were pretty tired. We wanted to get to bed on the early side. Dominica was tempted to go out partying with our nieces tonight. She's the one that kind of talked them into it. They all went out last night and had a really good time, got back really, really late. All of them were hungover this morning. But they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go out again. Let's go out tonight, and it's New Year's. And then once it got a little bit closer, it was a little bit more realistic that was not gonna happen. So Dominica just went to bed. I was the designated driver outer for the girls, so I drove them all the 45 minutes out to the far side of Galveston so they could go out dancing for New Year's Eve there. Then I came home and went to bed, did all my uploads and all that stuff, and I'm ready to go to the airport in the morning, and then someone else is picking them up once it is the new year. That is it. It has been a busy day. It has been quite a trip. I just heard our grocery run from Managua just pulled in. I have to help them unload the car, and I'm heading actually out right now to go meet with some of you all who have shown up in town and are here to hang out today. And that's about it. Have a happy new year. Not only will I see you tomorrow and next month, I will see all of you next year.